Hey, this is John Carlos, and I'm here with a look at the Blitzway 6-scale Wyld Stallions pack that includes Bill S. Preston, Esquire, and Ted Theodore Logan. And hot damn is this box huge! Right off the bat, it is worth pointing out that these figures are the same height, even though Ted is, in fact, taller than Bill. One of the fun things about Bill and Ted's costumes is that they have quite a few details within them, and one of the fun things about these figures is that Blitzway has managed to capture like 99.9% of them. When it comes to various factors like paint, sculpt, articulation, and outfits, I think the best thing about these figures is the quality of the outfits. They did a great job with the tailoring design of Ted's jacket. The little metal buttons look good. The plastic buttons on his vest look great. I love that they tried to do his shirt. Obviously, the artwork looks like the Van Halen design, but it doesn't say Van Halen on it. It says Wyld Stallions instead. But I love that they were able to approximate that. It totally reads like Ted's shirt without actually being a Van Halen shirt. I like that they got the Save the Humans and the little happy face on his shorts. And the stripes on his socks are perfect. One thing worth noting, I do like that his Chucks don't actually say Converse All-Stars, they say Wyld Stallions. So I like that Blitzway has managed to get the design of things, even though they don't have the rights to them, they still approximate them. That's just nice. So the Wyld Stallions there totally reads like Chucks. A little detail they captured that I really like is the Wyld Stallions written on his jacket sleeve. I think that looks great, and I'm really, really glad they included that. Same thing with the shoelace that has been attached to the edge of his jacket there. Really nice detail that they included, so props to Blitzway for that. I also love that they got the color of his shoelaces right. It is worth noting that these gray shorts sticking out of the black shorts hang kind of low out of the packaging, and they should be bunched up a little higher, but they do bunch pretty good. Now here he is in his classic movie look, and I gotta say, I think Blitzway did a good job with the general tailoring on the vest. But I gotta give them props for doing such a good job, including his little wristbands and his watch. And I think the details on his watch and the wristbands are really well done. Now it is worth noting that his legs are made out of like a hard plastic material like his body is, but the arms are made out of like a soft rubbery material. Well, there's clearly an articulated skeleton underneath, and then you get like a squishy, look at that little squish there, a little bend to the arms that go over the articulated skeleton. Oh, one little detail I just noticed is that his brand of shorts is Bill and Ted's. Now the Bill figure also has a lot of nice details within its outfit. First off, I'm really happy that the wristbands here are all individually sculpted and placed. When I first saw this, I thought it was like a thick sculpt of 3 wristbands, like a single piece, but these are all individual, and I think that's really, really great. Also really great is that they captured the little red button there, that one random red button, and then the general pattern of his shirt. They did a great job with that pattern. It looks perfect. The buttons look perfect, but that whole design, here's just a little bit of a wider look at that before we get rid of this. Details on the jeans are good, especially the big question mark that is drawn on there. That is very nicely done. The roll at the rolled up cuffs look good, and once again the shoes, his Chucks, that the laces are good. The little logo is redded out there, but it does say Wyld Stallions on the very back of his shoes, so that's a neat little detail. Same with Ted's shoes. Ted's and Bill's shoes both say Wyld Stallions on the back. Also, it's worth noting that they sculpted the wear and tear on the bottom of their Chucks. Now, one little nitpick I have about this look is the shoulders. Just the way the shirt lays, it creates like a little bit of a dip, and part of it's, I think, just because the shirt like kind of puffs up by the neck area, but it creates this weird little dip. It looks like his shoulders kind of popping out a little bit. That's just a little weird. But there's a lot of good things to like about this. I love that they captured the detail of the B. Preston on his collar. That's a very nice detail. Also, the Wyld Stallion that is drawn on there is nice that they included that. It's also nice that they included his chonies. That's a nice detail. Now, when I said this is 99.9% accurate, I said that because there are a few little weird things, like his socks. They're black and white striped here, where in the movie they are green and white striped. Also, this line that's been sharpied on, it comes off as orange on the figure, whereas it should be red. Same thing with the Stallion here. I remember it being purple in the movie. For some reason it's green. The orange is accurate, but this I think should be purple. And then lastly, there's like a cut, like a hole in his shirt that is absent here. His shirt is complete on the figure, whereas in the movie, it is incomplete and torn right there. Now let's talk accessories. Each figure comes with the same set of 4 hands. 3 right hands, 1 left hand. We have these finger crossed hands. We have these fisty hands, the little fisticuffs. Then we have the same guitar pick holding right hand, but they gave different guitar picks, so that's good. The sculpt on these is really nice. Also well sculpted is the left hand for holding the guitar neck. And I gotta say, the sculpt on these, like, just look at the way the skin kind of stretches right there at the corner by the thumb. Some good sculpting right there. 2 of the most important accessories are Bill and Ted's guitars, and I think they did an excellent job with these as far as like the detail on them. I mean, they have strings on them, actual strings. It's just nutty to me how good these are. And I do like that Ted's guitar has like a fake leather strap, whereas Bill's, my only nitpick with this is the design on it's great, but I was hoping it'd be like cloth, and it's like a little, I think it's like vinyl or something, it's just printed on. But still, that pattern is great, and the design of his guitar is flippin' awesome. Yeah, here's just a closer look at some of the details. I love the way the strings are laid out on this. I love the darker edge and the lighter brown. Also included from the end of the movie is this Wyld Stallions CD case and Wyld Stallions CD. I like that the bottom of it, the underside of it, is painted silver. But what I really like that I was not expecting is that this CD case opens up and you can see the little jewel case inside, and the actual CD like fits into the case. That's nuts. We also get Ted's backpack, which has a lot of nice details on it. Not just, you know, the little stickers on it, but the fact that like it's dirty, like they gave it little dirty smudgy spots to it. And it actually has like working zippers. So that's neat if you wanted to, like, you know, put something in there. One of the more fun accessories is this phone. Now the phone unit does come off the stand. It does open up in the back, and it includes 2 batteries. Those batteries are for making 2 of the little keys light up, the little buttons light up. See, in the movie, when they'd enter in their number, they'd press that, and those would light up. So here's your on-off button down here. And I think that looks freaking great. That's a really, really nice detail here. I love that. Speaking of details, I just love the general sculpt and all the lettering, the numbering. This whole unit looks really, really good. Even just the details of like the keypad. I do love that the phone like does rest on the little hook really well. The problem with this is it makes me want the whole phone booth. The other problem is it does also make me want an alternate set of hands, like a grip hand for holding the phone and an index finger pointing hand for like punching the numbers. We're not done. These figures also come with this Wyld Stallions cloth banner. It's actually pretty big. And we come with this little like notice poster. Lastly, we have these figure stands. You just pop the little support stand right in the back there. They do not say Bill and Ted specifically, they both just have the movie logo on them. Now let's talk about these heads. Do these look like when you get a Hot Toys figure and you say, oh my god, it looks like they just shrank the actor down. Look at the skin, it looks so real. No, that's a Hot Toys thing. That's not what I expect from Blitzway, it's not what I expect from Sideshow or 3-0. What I do expect, and what we have here, is not a shrunken down realistic looking person, but a toy. A toy that resembles the character. And I gotta say, I think Blitzway's done a pretty good job here. I actually think they did a pretty good job capturing some of the details of Bill's face. I think the eyebrows are spot on. I like the sculpt on his like hooded eyelids, but the mouth, the way the corners of his mouth, his upper lip, the way the skin kind of stretches at his chin, that is absolutely Alex Winter's kind of smile and laugh. The sculpt on the hair, I think, is perfect. I think they did a great job with the hair. I will admit, I think the shading on the skin is a little heavy-handed. You could see some sort of spots there where it's a little dark. The highlights go a little overboard, but otherwise, I really like this head. I think they did a great job with the sculpt on Bill's hair. I think they did a great job with the general shape of it, and the way it hangs in the front is really good too. His skin is a lot more smooth, a lot more even. It doesn't have that heavy shading that Bill's has, but I think Bill has a better likeness. I do see what they are going for here with the smile. It's pretty close. I think they did a great job with the eyes. Eyebrow paint is good. I get the sense that it's Ted, but I will admit, it does look a bit like Finn Wolfhard. Now, I've seen some people poo-pooing these online, and I think that's because some people expect Hot Toys level likenesses from everything. Do these figures capture the likeness of the actors 100%? No, not 100%. But when I look at these, do I think, oh, that's Bill and Ted? Yes! There aren't like a million points of articulation on these figures, but the points of articulation that they do have are very effective. There's just a single ball joint at the base of the neck. There is the mid-torso crunch. The arms, as far as I can tell, it feels like a single joint in there, but they have a really strong range of motion, almost as if they are a double elbow joint. There is no like bicep swivel or anything, but the ball-hinged shoulders, aside from the strong range of motion, also have a slight secondary hinge that brings the shoulders forward and back. So I appreciate that secondary joint. The legs appear to be like ball-jointed legs at the top there, ball-hinged. There is no like mid-thigh cut or anything, but the actual top of the leg where it meets can swivel. There is a double knee joint and then a ball-hinged ankle joint with a pretty good range of motion, same with the ball-hinged wrists. Here they are opposed to their guitars, and I gotta say, one of the things I like about these figures is the ankle joints. You know, a good bend at the knee only works when it can be offset by a good bend at the ankle joint, and I hate when 6-scale figures can have a great range of motion everywhere else, but have crappy ankle joints. That's not the problem with these figures. Even though these figures come with plenty of accessories, there's still one more accessory I wish they came with. Alternate right hands that are just like these hands, but without guitar picks in them, so I could pose them doing air guitar. Granted, I could pose them doing air guitar now, but it'd look a little weird with like guitar picks in their fingers. Now, ultimately, in the end, I love the details in these costumes. I am satisfied with the likeness of the head sculpts. And I think the articulation is a little simple, but surprisingly effective. Maybe I'm just an easy mark here, but they're Bill and Ted figures, and they look really cool. Not only are they non-heinous, I gotta say, they're most excellent. Thanks for watching, everybody. Let me know in the comments below what you think of these figures. If you want, you could follow me on social media. I'll put up those links in a moment. And if you want to subscribe to me here on the channel, be up to date with my latest reviews, go ahead and click subscribe.